Okay, we're going to look at value for money. Now, let's do some ASDA grocery shopping online just to see what is better value for money. So we're going to start with a very popular product. It's always in the supermarket. Lots of different varieties of mayonnaise. Okay, so there are 54 different types of mayonnaise on the ASDA website. So which one is the best value for money? So I'm not talking about best quality, best taste, anything like that, because obviously that is down to personal preference. Some people might prefer, branded, some people might not care and more focused on price. So as you can see, when I've typed in mayonnaise, the first ones that have come up are these £3, £2, £1.99, £1.70, £2, £1.49, £2.95, £1.69. Oh, and then we're down to 41p, 70p. So it does get much cheaper, but you've got to look further down, don't you, to see some more the variety and the flavoured options as well. So if we are looking at value for money, we're looking at this bit under here, underneath the price per 100 gram in this instance. So if you were to buy this product, the price, it means per 100 gram, so that's what the slash is. So for this Heinz Seriously Good mayonnaise, the 775 gram variety works out at 38.71p per 100 gram, whereas the Seriously Good mayonnaise, a little bit bigger, so 25 add 15, that's 40 grams bigger, is slightly cheaper, 36.81 grams per 100 gram. So this one is already better value for money than this one, and it's not really that much difference except the weight, the mass of this one is a little bit more, and it's also light mayonnaise, not ordinary mayonnaise. Then even this one here, this one's a rollback, so sometimes rollback might show it's a bit cheaper. As you can see, look at the difference here between this one, 36.81p per 100 gram. This one is only 28.37p per 100 gram. So this £2 one is quite a bit cheaper than this one. I mean, rollback 75p off. That also, indicates it's quite a nice saving. 75p off, so that's quite good if you like that particular mayonnaise. And the same again for the light. Now, if we look at the difference now between these two and the jar, the real mayonnaise that's not a jar, not the squeezy. So the squeezy in a plastic bottle, this in a glass jar. It's okay. This one in a glass jar, and this one has also been rolled back. This is £1 off, and the price per 100 gram is 25p per 100 gram. So it's a little bit cheaper than this one and this one. Okay, so even this one, look, is much more, 50, almost 50 grams, 49 grams more. That's why, so the light mayonnaise is actually cheaper than the non-light mayonnaise. But this one, again, even cheaper so far. So the top line of the first 5 results, this is the cheapest one, the one at the end. Now the next line of results, the second line, we've got much higher prices per 100 gram. So looks like as the bottles are getting a little bit smaller, the price per 100 gram goes right up. So these are much more expensive. 49p, 46p, 79p. That is the biggest by far. So the worst value for money so far is definitely this smaller squeezy mayonnaise, Heinz Seriously Good mayonnaise. 79p per 100 gram. It's so expensive compared to the others. I mean, that's over 3 times more expensive than this jar here. Over 3 times. So you could really be buying, you have to buy three of these, and to get the same value of one of these, to get the same amount of mayonnaise. So it's much cheaper just to get one of these, the jars. And then also, moving down, there's even more here. This one's quite expensive. The Nando's one, expensive as well, 63p, 71p. And now this one's much better. The ASDA Smart Price here, the ASDA Smart Price one, only 8.2p per 100 gram. So cheap, that one. 41p for 500 grams. Or this jar here, again, so 8.1p, by far the cheapest. By far. I mean, that's almost 10 times cheaper than this one. So you'd almost have to buy, 10 of these to get the same value as one of these. So, sorry, you'd have to buy 10 of these to get the same amount of mayonnaise as one of these for the price. So they're much cheaper to get this one. Okay, so it's £1.70, which indicates 79p per 100 gram. This one is 41p for 500 grams, much cheaper. And this jar as well, ASDA real mayonnaise, it's only 14p per 100 milliliter. Sometimes it says milliliter, sometimes it says grams for mayonnaise, but this one's much cheaper as well. So you've got to look at that price per milliliter or per 100 gram. Now these, again, quite cheap, 13p, 14p, 16p. You see the difference? ASDA, whereas the more expensive ones here, Hellmann's, Heinz, seriously good. So there's those branded ones, the ones with names on them that aren't ASDA, which usually are much more expensive, even compared to the rollback. Even the rollback ones, still more expensive. Okay, so they want you to buy the rollback ones, that's why they put them on offer, but still, the ASDA real mayonnaise. If you've tried both and prefer one, fair enough, but if you've tried them both and don't mind the taste of either, you go for the cheaper version to save some money. This is obviously the best one. If you like the taste of it, keep buying that one if you like mayonnaise. What about beans? 51 search results for beans. Now, which is the best value for beans? Now, the first ones that come up, we've got multi-packs. So we've got 3 lots of multi-packs here. We've got Heinz, we've got in tomato sauce, no added sugar, and also Branston as well. So the Heinz 6-pack here, same weight, same mass as these two really. £1.41 per kilogram, £3.50 for all 6 altogether. So you have to buy all 6 because that's why it's in a pack like that. Same as the no added sugar, but less sugar in them. So these are healthier. So less sugar because you need to cut down on sugar intake. So these are healthier, but the same value for money. The Branston, look, a whole 19p cheaper per 100 gram, per kilogram even. You only get 4 tins, but they're still cheaper, much cheaper to buy than to get these 6. Okay, so for better value for money per kilogram are these Branston ones. Now let's have a look at 1 tin. So 1 tin of Heinz baked beans and tomato sauce on its own, 80p, £1.93 per kilogram. And if you definitely need Heinz, these are still cheaper because this is £1.41p per 100 gram per kilogram. Sorry, £1.93p for one, so that's 52p cheaper per kilogram. 52p cheaper to get those ones if you must have Heinz. What about these ones? So the Branston. So this one is a 3-pack, £1.55, £1.26 per kilogram. So it's cheaper to get the 4 by 4p per kilogram. It's cheaper to get the 4 if you want the Branston. And then we've got the ones with variety with sausages in them and Weight Watchers ones as well. £1.81 per kilogram. So quite very expensive. That tin there, most expensive so far. £1.81. Oh, actually, second most expensive after the Heinz tin on its own is actually the most expensive per kilogram. Let's look at these ones on the right here. 4 cans for £1.51. It's a middle one, but let's go down. Now we can see the cheaper ones coming up now, finally. The ASDA reduced sugar and salt ones, 60.98p. So much cheaper. The 1 tin, £1.93 per kilogram. 4 tins here, 60.98p per kilogram. And it's not like the beans are going to go off. They take about a year to over a year on the dates, but they're best before anyway. It's not going to be unsafe even if it is a bit late. They still should be fine to eat. So they're much cheaper, 60.98 kilograms. So they're good to get. Or this single tin, even 15p more expensive per kilogram. But if you only need 1 tin, the ASDA's brand one, much cheaper. So if you should try these ones before. Even if you're tempted by the Heinz or the Branston, still much cheaper to at least try these next time you go shopping, just to save some money. Again, any more cheaper, like more Heinz, I know they're going to be more expensive than they are. Whoa, £3.11 per kilogram for these snack pots. So expensive. Snack pots, don't buy them. Do not buy them. They are so expensive. £3.11 per kilogram. No way. No way. 60.98p per kilogram. You can buy, again, five of these for the same value of one of these. So much cheaper to get the ASDA's branded. Let's see if there's any more. I know these are going to be cheaper here as well. The Smart Price. This is the reason they're Smart Price, okay? You know, not as bright. There's just not as bright, but they're still baked beans in tomato sauce. 22p a tin, only 53.66p per kilogram. So they are the cheapest I can see. I think, yeah, they look the cheapest. Or a quick way to do it, I know I've been doing it the long way. You could sort the category, sort by price. Does it have price per? No. So it doesn't say price per kilogram, unfortunately. It's just doing normal price. So it's going to go for the individual tins first because they're going to be cheaper. But look, much, much cheaper to get the Smart Price than even the ASDA own mini tin here. 210 gram tin, 410 tan bigger tin. Much, much cheaper for the Smart Price. Okay. But then if you scroll down, you'll see the cheapest multi-pack there. Much, much cheaper, 60.98p. It won't tell you the price per kilogram. It doesn't have that as an option for good reason, because they don't want you to know. It's there, the information's there, but you've just got to look for it. Price per kilogram. Now let's look at tomatoes finally. Another difficult one, because there's 373 search results for tomatoes, but I'm going to change the category to fresh food. So I'm going to talk about just tomatoes that are fresh, not tinned or anything like that, or in jars. Now this is tricky because this is this one 6-pack of salad tomatoes, 75p, 12.5p each. So it's quite tricky, that one, unless you had a scale in the supermarket to weigh them. It's very difficult to work out the price there per 100 gram unless you have obviously weighed it first, or per kilogram. So let's look at these price per kilogram here. £2.92 for these baby plum tomatoes, £2.92. But then these farm stores cherry tomatoes, only £2 per kilogram, so much cheaper than the baby plum. So the farm stores cherry, much, much cheaper, £2. Let's see if we can beat £2 per kilogram. Ooh, these salad tomatoes, Growers Selection, £1.53 per kilogram, much cheaper. Again, 47p per kilogram cheaper than the farm stores cherry ones. Are there any that can beat that? Let's have a look. Again, price each is just trying to trick you into buying more expensive ones sometimes, because it's harder to make that choice. 50p per 100 grams, so that works out at a whole 5. So times 10 to the number, 50p times 10 is £5. So that counts as £5 per kilogram for these baby plum tomatoes. So they're very expensive actually for the weight. 40p for only 80 grams, you only get 80 grams. So they've changed that again to per 100 grams instead of kilogram to try and trick you again. It's £5 per kilogram, so quite expensive, but nowhere near as expensive as those ones. £8 per kilogram. Whew. But can we beat £1.53 per kilogram? £1.53. I mean, it's not even doing. No, looks like we can't. They're not even doing tomatoes anymore. So £1.53 per kilogram cheaper there. What about jam? Last one. Let's look at jam. So these Hartley ones are all 33.3 grams per 100 gram. 33.3p per 100 gram. Let's have a look at the ASDA. 29.41p per 100 gram. So these cheaper, and they're extra special. As they're extra special, much cheaper than the Hartleys. Much cheaper. Oh, 4p cheaper per 100 gram. ASDA reduced sugar, even cheaper. 23.13p per 100 gram. So cheaper as well. Cheaper than the extra special there. And are there any more? Lemon curd. So it's like a lemon flavour. That's really nice. 13.87p per 100 gram. Nice and cheap as well. And these seedless, 45p, 52p. So they're more expensive. Bon Maman. Branded one, 70p. So over 70p. More expensive as well. So it looks like, yeah, oh, these are so much cheaper. If you want marmalade, Orange marmalade, 5.95p per 100 gram. So that marmalade on toast will be much cheaper. Much cheaper, wow, than any of the others I've seen so far. I think that is just about it. Yeah. Thank you for watching.